Hey all, welcome to ShareTrek. This is Raj here. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Today, I think was celebrated in the US as Juneteenth. So it was a holiday, and I hope most of you who are living in the US were able to celebrate and do a little bit of relaxation and recreation and charge your batteries for the rest of the short week that's ahead of us. Today, I want to talk to you about some of the positive developments that have come through genomic sequencing. And it's good news for people who might suffer from cancer in future, or who fear that they have cancer in their genes, and they might sooner rather than later have some kind of cancer or other. So we are talking today about diagnostic tools that have been enabled due to advances in genomic sequencing and our computing technology, AI, etc. So let's get started with that. Welcome back, friends. Genomic sequencing can help doctors find most effective treatments for cancer patients by analyzing their unique genetic makeup. However, many patients do not have access to the necessary testing resources to benefit from this technology. To address this issue, Thermo Fisher Scientific and Pfizer are working together to expand the availability of next-generation sequencing technologies worldwide. They plan to achieve this by making genomic screening more accessible in labs located closer to where patients receive treatment. Initially, their focus will be on improving access to DNA testing for lung and breast cancer patients in over 30 countries across Latin America, Africa, and the Middle East, and Asia, of course. As they progress, these companies will also explore opportunities to expand their efforts to other countries and different types of cancer. In this particular partnership, Thermo Fisher Scientific has put responsibility of identifying local labs in underserved areas that can serve as hubs for next generation sequencing. And they will ensure that these labs have the necessary technology infrastructure, well-trained staff, and quality control measures in place so that we can have effective diagnostics, and the benefits of advancements in diagnostics can be sent far and wide across the planet. On the other hand, Pfizer will focus on finding ways to make DNA tests more affordable for patients. They will also educate healthcare providers in those areas about the advantages of using genomic screening to match cancer treatments effectively. Nick Laganovich, who is Pfizer's global president of emerging markets, said, "The more we understand the complex science behind cancer, the better we can treat it. Our experience has taught us that cancer cannot always be treated with a broad brush and often requires an individualized approach based on precise disease characteristics. In many parts of the world, access to next generation sequencing may be limited or unaffordable for cancer patients. This particular program aims to improve the treatment journey and help increase their chances for improved outcomes. Next generation sequencing has become the preferred method for selecting cancer treatments. However, issues related to access and affordability have become significant concerns." And friends, as you know, in this channel, I'm always talking about affordability and the ability for people at various levels of affordability getting treatments. That's a big question, and I talk about that mostly in terms of HIV and other high cost treatments like sickle cell disease. So pricing methodology and other things are also at play, but it's really heartening to see a giant pharma company like Pfizer taking concrete steps to address this gap, especially for cancer diagnosis. Sequencing technology has advanced very rapidly, becoming faster and more efficient. Efforts are being made to reduce the costs associated with sequencing. Just a few years ago, after the achievement of long-awaited $100, sub-$100 genome sequencing, whole genome sequencing is now available at a much lower price point. Ultima Genomics is another company that has recently introduced the $100 genome sequencing last year, leading the way for driving down costs. And there are big giant companies like Illumina and all who are also working at reducing the cost and driving down the cost, while also increasing the throughput and the speed of diagnostics and coming up with a whole range of software solution to sit on top of such fast hardware. Grail and Illumina are well known in this field, and Grail's Gallery test, also known as blood biopsy, is among several new tests aimed to detect multiple cancers at an early stage. These tests offer promising potential for early cancer detection. The Grail test is already available for commercial use. However, further studies are required to determine its effectiveness, and that is going to happen along with a collaboration with NIH. The idea is to find who will benefit the most from it and its impact on preventing deaths. The UK's National Health Service is collaborating with Grail to evaluate these questions and gather more data. And as more data is gathered by National Health Service, we'll have a kind of triage or best for each case kind of blood biopsy that can be used. To explain further, I would say that there are many more companies other than Grail that are offering blood biopsies. There's another significant player in this field called as Thrive Earlier Detection Corporation, which was acquired by Exact Biosciences Corporation for $2 billion. Thrive had developed a liquid biopsy that detects signals from cancer cells circulating in the blood. They have also pioneered something they call as SAFE-6, SAFE-SEQS, that is safe sequencing, next generation gene sequencing technology that identifies mutations in the bloodstream by simultaneously analyzing millions of DNA molecules in a pilot study using the liquid biopsy test with cervical fluid obtained during regular Pap tests. They successfully detected 24 endometrial cancers and 22 out of 22 ovarian cancers in the study conducted in 2013. And it is evident that we are in an era of advancement in genomic sequencing and its application for early diagnosis of cancer. The outcome of Illumina's ability to retain Grail is still uncertain, and it's totally separate from the progress being made in the field. And however, it is certain that technology continues to advance rapidly regardless of what happens with Grail. In the near future, we can expect solid statistical evidence from the field through National Health Service to determine which blood biopsy performs best in detecting which specific type of cancer. Indeed, it's plausible to envision a future where multiple blood biopsy tests coexist, allowing doctors to select the most effective one to detect specific types of cancers that they are screening for. This would lead to improved outcomes for patients and potentially reduce healthcare costs by optimizing their screening process. It's understandable that you may not have immediate plans to track these specific companies. The field of genomics is rapidly evolving, and keeping up with the developments of various genomic companies can be challenging. Focusing on your current watch list of genomic companies will allow you to stay informed about the advancements in the field and make informed investment decisions. And that's the reason why I'm not adding any of these companies into our genomic watch list. We'll continue with our existing genomic watch list, but somewhere down the line we will have to reconsider because as we enter into the next year, I think once exa-cel gets approved and lovo-cel gets approved, we are going to see a flurry of activity in the watch list companies that we have. Then we look at VCTX coming up, CTX 130, 110 coming up, and we'll also have Verve coming to a situation where they might be in the news more often than not. And then we have Editas, we have Intelia. So there's a whole lot of things that might start coming up. So let's continue our focus on our current watch list, but let's also remember that there's a separate field emerging in terms of blood biopsies, and that's going to be a field where there's going to be a lot of revenue generation. There's a lot of growth potential out there, and things are getting started out there. So probably by end of next year, we can start adding those companies into our watch list. So friends, this is what I have for you for today. And I would like to request you that please do not forget to press the like button in case you like this video. We are very close to 4,000 subscriber marks. And if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. It's absolutely free. It will help us reach the 4,000 subscriber limit as soon as possible. Thanks and have a great day. And I'll catch up with you again. Bye for now.